What's up everybody? Welcome back to my personal finance channel. My name is Kyle DePepe and today I'm going to be talking about Ethereum. And when I say I'm going to be talking about Ethereum, I'm going to be talking about Ethereum from my investment perspective, not trying to explain it. I don't see myself as an expert on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, on blockchains, or anything like that. So if you want to learn more about that side of it, I would definitely still say go read the white paper, go listen to other vlogs, go read other blogs, and just do your own research on those underlying technologies. But today I'm just going to sort of briefly touch on why I am invested in Ethereum, I guess how much of my money is invested in Ethereum, and why and how I may be looking at ETHE versus investing in Ethereum directly. But either way, I'm going to give it a shot, so here we go. Alright, so real quick, if you're enjoying the content, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, would really help me out, would really appreciate it, and definitely go check out some of the other videos I've made. I definitely talk more in depth about ETHE and investing in that versus Ethereum, mainly the difference between the NAV and the market price and the premium you might pay. If you don't understand that, then definitely go check out that video. But either way, we are here to talk about Ethereum and why I am invested, how much I have invested, and how I'm looking at this investment. So right now, I have sort of a separate cryptocurrency portfolio, and all of that is on Coinbase. So that is sort of the de facto exchange that I like using. I guess I just sort of trust them the most. I have had accounts with Binance and Kraken. I still have a tiny bit of cryptos in Kraken, and most of those are actual cryptocurrencies that Coinbase does not have. So for example, I don't think Tron is on Coinbase, but I do hold some Tron in Kraken. So that's just one example. But either way, Coinbase is what I use. Coinbase Pro more specifically because the transaction fees are much lower. So if you buy, $500 worth of Ethereum, you might only pay, $1, whereas on regular Coinbase, you're gonna pay like, $5. So it's definitely much cheaper if you buy through Coinbase Pro. If you have an account with one, you have an account with the other. That's just kind of an FYI. You can go log in. You can move funds between the two, no charges. So it's very easy. Log into Coinbase Pro, transfer your money, or just transfer it directly to Coinbase Pro from your bank account, and then buy ETH there. So getting into my investment portfolio, I would say that out of my cryptocurrency investments, about 75 to 80% is in Bitcoin, and then 15% is in Ethereum, and then everything else is spread out amongst things like Litecoin, Cardano, Tron, Ethereum Classic. I just have a little dabble in a couple others, just in case in the future one of them ends up surpassing or doing something differently than another one. Or if there's a big fluke with Ethereum or Bitcoin, then those might crash, the other ones might move up. Either way, I have small investments there, but mainly it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum is only at 15%, and the reason for this is I feel like I have a better grasp on how to wrap my head around and put somewhat of a value on Bitcoin. So for Ethereum, it's a little bit more tricky, and the reason it is because I sort of look at Ethereum as like the Internet 2.0, right? So right now we have applications, and the idea with Ethereum is that all these developers working and building applications on top of the Ethereum blockchain is that they're building things called decentralized applications, or dApps. So if that's the case, all of these transactions, anything that happens, right? Anytime you have like a payment even on Ethereum, or let's say I go on and I'm playing a game, right? And there's like some exchange that happens within that game. Then what happens is Ethereum uses gas payments to make these transactions happen and process this stuff. So as more and more companies, gaming companies, just any sort of website starts to build on top of the Ethereum network to process these transactions, or database type transactions even, my understanding is that they use a little bit of gas every time. So these companies have to hold somewhat of like a gas reserve. So as more and more people and more developers build on top of Ethereum and more users are using Ethereum, that's where I think sort of the network effect and then the transactional value, it drives that overall value of ETH itself. So for me, I have some, as I don't quite understand what this technology could be, but I think that it could potentially be something big. And if that's the case, I see it as an asymmetric risk-reward profile. So going back to that, I see basically I'm risking 100% of my investment. If Ethereum doesn't play out, if dApps don't become a big thing, it might go to zero. I might lose 100% of what I have invested in Ethereum. But that 15% of my portfolio that's invested in Ethereum, if it goes up by 10x, that's a significant return on my investment. So for me, I sort of see it as that long-term moonshot type play where I may not fully understand everything right now, but I understand enough where it could be game changing, and this is very cool technology that people are building out. There's also a lot of developers working on Ethereum itself, on the protocol, on that network, on building on top of it and all that stuff. So because of that, I just already see this network effect sort of taking hold, and it's not just gonna go away tomorrow. So because of that, I don't really feel as though I'm risking 100% of my money, but you know, that's Aston snoring. So based on that, I just sort of see it as an asymmetric risk reward profile where there's a lot of upside and I'm obviously risking whatever I have invested, right? So if I invest $1,000, I'm risking that $1,000, but I might make $10,000, $15,000 on that investment. And because of that, I am invested. So it's a little bit harder for me, I guess, to understand and grasp the potential value of Ethereum. Also, it's a little bit different than how Bitcoin works in the sense that there are more and more Ethereum created every day. I don't exactly know the whole gist of Ethereum 2.0, which right now Ethereum is a proof of work system and it's moving to a proof of stake. I think it's going to go completely proof of stake in 2 years, something roughly along those lines. I don't know how that is also changing based on how much new Ethereum is being created. So there's a lot of things that I don't fully understand or am able to grasp and wrap my head around how to value it. But the way and very simple investment scenario I see is just an asymmetric reward potential compared to the amount of money that I'm risking. And because of that, I still have a decent amount invested, but I have more in Bitcoin because again, I see that same asymmetric risk reward profile in Bitcoin being that there's a huge upside potential with you're basically just risking whatever you put in. And I just understand it a little bit better as far as where it can take market value from and how to sort of put somewhat of a dollar figure on it. Also seeing as how Bitcoin has a hard stop at 21 million Bitcoins, and that number can in theory only go down if people lose Bitcoins, which they already have. So there's probably far less than actually 21 million, but that's sort of how I'm looking at these investment opportunities and ideas and how I see Ethereum and Bitcoin. And that's why I have about 75 to 80% in Bitcoin and then around 15% in Ethereum. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments or if you have any other questions. But yeah, I pretty much just have Ethereum exposure directly through Ethereum and I use Coinbase for that. You can look into ETHE or other vehicles that are maybe invested in Ethereum, but just be mindful of sort of the valuation of those assets or vehicles if you're going that route. But that is pretty much going to be it for this video, I think. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.